Before we dive into today's lesson, I want to show you some of finished paintings from the book Watercolor Trip to Spain. Yeah, look at these beautiful colors. Different lessons, you can find them on my YouTube channel. All lessons are made with the natural light, daylight. All videos in a 4K format. So I finished I think 8 lessons already. These pieces are perfect for framing, and then you can make wonderful gifts. I want to share with you also the paints that I used. That's my brand. And they are pro level. You can find them on Amazon if you need. Yeah, the Soul colors here that I use. Yeah, just to let you know. So today we will start with lesson 7. Let me find it. Yeah, this one. It's called Torre del Oro. So we'll be painting this wet on wet technique, these nice transitions between colors and water reflections. It's quite interesting. I think we can get started. I will skip the step 1, mask the building in boats. I think I will try to do it without masking rubber. And I will start with mixing colors for the sky. For the sky, I will take, as always, alizarin crimson. It's a good mix. Ultramarine. And just a little bit of yellow ochre to neutralize the color, to make it more gray. Since we have 3 mixes already, we can start. First, what I do is pre-washing the entire sheet. I will not pre-wash the entire sheet, I will pre-wash it until the horizon, and I will leave some space for towers. Although they are darker than the sky, but I will leave, later I will decide. So now I'm taking enough water and just pre-washing in the area around the towers and the buildings. Hopefully it will not dry too fast. I don't know, because today it is a windy weather. Let me see. I'm just covering all this space around, starting with the towers, trying to not to step over the lines, and you see it's not so clear. The water, it's already has a shade, subtle shade of violet, because it was on the brush, but it's not a big deal. I still can mix it and add another color. So I'm just now preparing the space for covering. And the more water I give it here, because later, firstly I'll start from the sky, and then later I will come to the horizon. So I will need here all this space already wet to make it all wet on wet. Okay. Yeah, the color is ready. Now I can proceed to the sky. to wash the sky. I will try to mix many shades. It's too wild. I already see it. It's you can mix every time, but you never know until you try, until you put it on the paper. It's quite gray. That's what we need. I'm just spreading this color through the sky and leaving some places, some spaces for the clouds. Closer to the horizon, I will add yellow ochre. Just to diversify the colors of the sky. Oh, there's something red here. It's still wet here. It is good. So we can start with the trees on the background. And I will lift just a few clouds here in the background and left to this tower. Yeah, probably here. Okay, this is still wet, so we can make wet on wet the color for the trees. And for the trees, I will take green, burnt umber, and I will mix it with blue. And just a hint of yellow. Yeah. Okay. I think I need more yellow and more yellow ochre. It spreads so nicely, the color for the trees. And I'm continuing adding these colors and here as well. And the color green, so I added a blue color to the green for distant trees. There's gonna be a palm here, but I think it will be nice to have just a few blurred stains here. Okay, I continue to add colors here. Again, I'm using yellow ochre, and I'm infusing now the colors inside this background trees. I will need burnt sienna also to add some brown. Now I wait until it dries and I can proceed here. And important to not to cover the boat, since we haven't covered them with masking rubber, so I have to leave place for the boat, white place. And I pre-wash this area here. Again, I'm trying to not to step over the boat. And I'm preparing the space for trees. I will now add the trees here while it's still wet. So I'm covering this area and just a little bit of this area here above. I will soften this edge here because it's a distant wall. Yeah. And later I will cover it with warm colors. Right. Now I'm diversifying colors here. In the foreground, I'm just adding the colors from palette. There are a lot of bushes here, trees. So I'm adding, I think, yeah, that was autumn in Spain. Beautiful colors. As you see here in the middle ground, I'm adding colors more vivid. And in the background, I added colors colder greens. Every brush stroke, I take another color. I load up the brush with here soft transition. I load up the brush with colors different to those that I have applied already. You can experiment with any colors. It's not so important to have exactly those colors that are on the picture. Just put them as you feel it. And I will infuse a few colors inside these trees while it's still wet. I take burnt sienna with blue and yellow. And then again, burnt sienna. And I'm giving the shape to the trees. Adding different colors. And while it's still wet, they spread so nicely, naturally. I can add some shadows here in the distant trees to emphasize this contrast of this wall. It's already dry here, so I better add it later with normal stains. Okay, while it's still here, it's still wet, I will continue adding shadows. We have time because we haven't started water yet, so there is time to finish this part. Not too many shadows, but quite enough to show the depth of the middle ground. I think it's enough. Now I will correct the contrast here with tower. I just blur the edge. Yeah, that's enough. Now it's time to prepare a mix for the water. I will use yellow ochre, yellow, ultramarine, blue. And I will start with ochre and yellow. Oh, firstly, I will start with pre-washing the water area. Exactly. I just cover it with water. And now I will add yellow. It will be a reflection in the future. Also can take some lemon yellow. Just adding yellow as a reflection of the trees in the middle ground of these trees here. And then I will lift up reflection on the water from the boat. And I think here I will need just a little bit of red for this reflection. Yeah, oh, nice. Okay, and now I can start with the water. Here, ultramarine, blue, yellow ochre. I'm just adding different colors here in the water. To create soft reflections from the boat and the middle ground. It's almost green here. Oh, it's already dry. And here on the left, I will add yellow inside those areas already. And while it's still wet, I'm doing these brush strokes to imitate the reflection on the water. I'm still adding yellow. It's quite soft already. And I think I can lift a few more reflections here. And from this boat also. And from this wall. And this boat. And just a small line on the left side of the boat. I will continue. I take a smaller brush. I will continue making just a few more reflections. Burnt sienna with blue. Just to add some reflection from the shadows in the trees. Here. Different colors, as you see here, more green, more brown. And even more red here. Again, just a few waves here. It's still wet, so it gives the opportunity to to create this nice waves here, the texture of water. And it's still the first layer, kind of first layer. So then with the second layer, we'll add just a few waves and that's ready. I'm still working with water. Adding this nice green. Just a few random waves in the foreground. And warmer colors coming from here. It's still wet. Nice. I think it's done. And we can proceed to it's too intense here, I think. Yeah. Now finally it's done. Yep. So we can proceed to the covering the color of the towers. I will start with the shadow here for this part of the building. It's white building. I will mix the shadow with ultramarine, alizarin. No, I think ultramarine with yellow ochre, right? I will just cover all this area completely, like this. Coming down to more yellow ochre. I'm adding yellow ochre here. So on the top, ultramarine, more ultramarine, and here more yellow ochre. and this line is too rough, so I will blur this contrast, right? While it's still drying here, I will add a palm in the shadow. Burnt sienna. And yellow. And these warm colors. Oh, nice. I like this color, and I like how the colors are spreading inside this space. So I'm adding here soft palm leaves. And as I said before, we have one more palm here in the background. I'm just adding the silhouette. And there are several palms. On the left side, I use color greens. So I mix blue with burnt umber for cold greens. Burnt umber. And more brown here to the bottom. And the stem. It's still wet, so it spreads nicely here. That's what I expected. I try to make this nice thin line. Almost transparent. It shouldn't have a lot of contrast. So this stem will go like this. Okay, I will add some shadows here. Hopefully it's still... No, it's not wet anymore. I still can add just some random brush strokes. Yeah. So we have here shadow, we have here cold colors, and the background will be, I will cover later. And we have nice palms here on the above the roof. Okay. And this area I will cover later. These trees and so on. We'll use probably paraffin wax to cover it. Will be nice. Okay, let's proceed to. I will change the palette. Let's proceed to the tower, to the color of the tower. I will start with lemon yellow, a little bit of yellow, ochre. It's too intense. Okay, and now water. So I will make this because there are a lot of edges here, facets of this building. So I will start with the brightest one, the one that is situated directly in front of the sun. And I'm adding colors. I will add just a little bit of red, and I'm proceeding here to the next facet. And I will add just a little bit of ultramarine for this part. And I think a little bit of red also. Oh, that's not a little bit. Okay, let me try again. I take yellow, I take red, and I just add this orange. Nice. Yeah, that's what I want. And here, less color. Okay, and I can proceed to the top. So I just mix yellow and red, and I cover it here as well, here on the top, right. And I will lift a little bit here. Okay, this side of this tower on the left, which is in the shadow, I'm mixing alizarin with yellow ochre and with ultramarine. Creating the shadow of this building, of the frontal, yeah. And closer to the sky, so I lift a little bit colors here, and closer to the sky I give more blue because it's in the shadow, so we have second source of light, which is sky, and I just cover it. And the same for the upper part. Alizarin crimson and the colors on the palette. A little bit yellow. Nice, almost done. So as you see, this tower is not so bright. It has this nice color of the wall in the sun. And now we can proceed to this building. It had this nice orange line. In the sun, so I taken out water and I just cover it completely here. I leave the color, and then I will just make, so I press this brush like this, and I will just make a few lines. I lift a few lines here showing the windows, the stone frame of the window. So movements like this, and I'm just lifting, yeah, just a few lines for windows. And now I will cover the same part in the shadow. So I take burnt sienna, a little bit of ultramarine, and I will just cover this area of the building which is in the shadow. Okay, this is ready, and I will add some yellow here to make it more sunny. Yeah. Okay. Next up, covering the tower, the distant tower. With the same orange, almost the same. And with more neutral top. Okay, and the part in the shadow. Good. And make it lighter because it's background, so it shouldn't be in contrast with sky. The main tower I will cover with more orange here. And I will just take a little bit of yellow to make here this nice golden stain to make it warmer, and here this also. I leave it here to dry and continue to make the shadow on this wall. Oh no, I think I will firstly start with covering this white wall with just a hint of yellow. We cannot leave it white, so I'm just adding a lemon yellow. It's a little bit on this wall. Yeah. Okay. And here some grays. It's not so white here. Okay. Now we wait until it dries. And meanwhile, I can cover this spear here. I think it will be warm color like this with yellow. And different color to the left. Okay. And I also will cover. Oh, I forgot to cover the color, the transparent part of the boats here inside, but that's not a big deal. I will now cover just white sides with lemon yellow and yellow and just different yellows. And now it's not white anymore. And the distance, yeah. Okay. I think this is ready for the shadow. I will just add ultramarine, I think pure ultramarine, because it's already yellow here, so they will mix. And I will try to make the form of the shadow like on the picture. Ah, the shadow is ready. I will add few shadows here in the background. I'm trying to add different colors again, and here I will add a few orange colors and probably somewhere left to the palm. And it's not time yet, but I will make the color for the windows on the orange here. So I will mix yellow ochre and some red. 1, 2, 3, so 3 windows. I'll add 3 windows. 1. Change in color again. 2. And 3. One. Okay. They're too dark, so I'm just shifting it. Yeah, lighten. Okay, perfect. And then later I will add a shadow. And of course here as well. 1 window. 2. And red one somewhere here. Yeah. Oh, it's too much. Yeah. Oh, it still spreads there. Okay, I will just skip it for now. Ready. I like the shadow. It's just pure ultramarine, you see. And I will add some stains on the wall of this building. I think warmer colors. That will be the second layer. Using alizarin crimson and some colors on the palette. One more shadow here. Okay. And yeah, I will combine it together, connect. And the same I will add on this side. Just showing the form of the building. And last one, so I taken up water, and last time here this one. Now we wait until it dries, and then later I will add windows, and the form will be already understood. And I'm doing the same thing here. Okay. So meanwhile, I can cover space inside the boat. We have here trees that are seen through the boat. And as you see, I'm not using masking rubber. So it's possible. Of course, I put the masking rubber in the book because it's meant for beginners. It's not easy to control it. You can experiment how you feel. It's always good to use less materials and still have the same result. Okay, that's now making the shadows for the boats, for the buildings somewhere here. Oh, it's too blue here for the background. Okay, and yeah, this boat also. Let's shadow. Right. Actually, I can make it darker here, the shadow of this boat. And just to draw a few lines, the water line, I take more intense color. Perfect. So next thing, what I will do is to soften the edge between the water and pier and the boats. I just take the wet brush and I rub it here in the conjunction between the middle ground and foreground. Okay, and I will add some shadow. while it's still wet. Okay, and later I will add here more contrast. So let me do a few windows. I will use red and brown. But firstly, I will clean the palette here. Okay. One window. Oh, okay, perfect. It is already dry, so I can cover it. Then two here. And one more here. And that's the moment when you get this sunny feeling, when you have this contrast. So just small details. Just a few small details on the picture. Different colors. Oh, it's too big here. I didn't notice it. It's too big. Okay, so alizarin crimson brown, and I continue creating the windows. There's this window. Shadows. It's too dark. Okay. So I will add a form to those windows. And shadows on the top, as I like it. So I take brown and red. Okay, I'm adding just small details on the picture, which will create this illusion of the building. Oh, something strange here. Oh, just small windows here, I didn't see them. Very transparent. Gray, green. 5 of them, and just here. Red. I'm changing to this building. Some chaotic movements, and this building. So I do this, the left part of the window I'm covering with darker color, creating shadow, yeah, like here, and the wall in the shadow. It really makes sense every time to change color, because for some reason when we look at the picture, our brain tries to recognize even subtle shades. So every time you put brush stroke, just use another color, and then the picture will be, you can savor the picture, the colors, the brain can enjoy. Oh, there are like something here, like big windows. So I'm doing them, I'm washing them very slightly. I don't want much contrast here or attention. I just wash them and then lift. Yeah, and in the shadow I will darken it here, for example. I just add some darker colors in the shadow. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. And the palms, the stems, I will cover somewhere, and I will be covering the stems here, making them a little bit darker in some places. And just a few shadows in the palms. Okay. Okay, as I promised, I will add paraffin wax here, and we'll cover trees again. So I'm just rubbing these flat sides with this edge paraffin. And I will make also this wall here. Yeah, and now I can just cover this place, and the areas where paraffin has been applied stays. I mix yellow ochre. You see this nice effect. And green. So I take yellow and yellow and burnt sienna. And more yellow. Almost ready. And just lift a little bit colors, and we have this nice space here. So I will also darken a little bit the shadow in this, behind this palm. I take blue and burnt umber. And just a small palm here. Okay, just a few brush strokes and a few shadows. Screens, because there are trees here. And few shadows here. And I will emphasize this contrast. I think I will need more round, yeah, like. To show this contrast, I will add later here a little bit of yellow. And then just a few stains in the background. Oh, it's too red. Here. And behind the main building. Sometimes if you need to correct the drawing, like here, I'm just making the shape with the shadows in the background. Small shadows. I will add just a few shadows in the windows. Final shadows, just a few dots. So 1, 2. To show the sunlight. And I will add the water line for the boat. This goes here. We'll use red. I think red is better. And I will cover it here. Right. And another red for this boat. This is in the shadow and this is on the light. Okay, just a few details on the boat. Shadows inside. I think I need to change the water. Just a few shadows here in the boat. And the boat reflection. And we can proceed to the waves. It's too far here. Yeah. Okay. I like this line. And the same, not the same, but the shadow for this boat also. Right, and I will make this wall in the foreground. I cover it with paraffin wax. So we'll give this nice texture, and I will cover a little bit of water here. And as I said before, I will darken this place here. And of course, with the reflection. And then we have a few objects here in the foreground. Just some shadows here. It's too brown. Yeah. And red. Just some objects there. Okay, just some objects in the background. I'm just randomly adding something. It's not important exactly what kind of objects there are there. I would add here just a little bit of shadows. So I'm using blue and green and some orange. Okay, and some shadows inside the palms. I think it's too many details already, but I will show you the way how to get rid of details once we are done with all these things. Yeah, I think it's enough. And the last step is adding the waves on the water. Very transparent, a lot of water. Not so easy. Let me take the smaller brush. Any form but different, and different colors. And foreground waves are bigger. Almost ready. Okay, the picture is ready. And the last step is uniting the decreasing the contrast around, if there are some. So I take the wet brush and then I just touch somewhere and mix it here. Normally it's somewhere on the surroundings, not in the middle of the picture. I'm just mixing these colors together, and with a napkin I'm drying them. Like these waves, so I mix them, and just a little bit here. Here, background, details. Actually, we don't need a lot of this technique because it looks like it has already not so much contrast. Okay, it's almost ready, and I think I wanted to add some yellow here on this side. I think yellow ochre will be nice. Let me try. Make it warmer. Good, I like it. Yeah, that's what I needed actually, to make this wall warmer, and so it will become gold. Yeah, nice. And what else? And some green. Yeah, now it's ready. Perfect. Oh, thank you for your attention. That was good. That was interesting. And now we can put it in the nice frame. Okay, I like it. So I bend this picture here along the perforation line several times. That's the interesting part. I'm going to put it in the frame. Yep. And I just tear it out from the book. It goes well. Yep, nice. It just almost fits the size. So there are normally 10 to 15. It's easy to find the frame. Oh yeah, perfect. And now I will put it into the frame. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the picture is ready. Looks like that. Warm, nice. I like to watch it tilted a little bit. Yeah, thank you for your attention. I'm going to prepare the next lesson for you. Have a good day.